Hey guys, welcome to Football Fantasy 11. Today we are gonna check out English Premier League match between Aston Villa and Manchester City. This match will be played in Aston Villa's home ground, and Manchester City's record against Aston Villa in their home ground is not that good. But Pep Guardiola's men have to prove that they are in this title race. They are coming after three winless matches, so they should be looking to win in this particular game. And Aston Villa is a team which is very good in their home ground against Manchester City. When we check their head-to-head record, we will have more information. Then I'm going to provide you the key players that you need to include in your Dream 11 team. Then my predicted Dream 11 team lineup, as well as my predictions for this particular match and my team based on that particular prediction. Now, when we check the head-to-head record, they have played 26 matches between each other, and in that 4 match was won by Aston Villa, 2 matches ended up in a draw, and 20 matches was won by Manchester City. And in the last 3 matches, there were a result. Means in these 3 matches, there were no draws. And in the last match, Manchester City could defeat Aston Villa 4-1. That was in City's home ground. But when it comes to Aston Villa's home ground, Manchester City were defeated by Aston Villa 1-0. And that 1 goal was scored by Bailey. But before that, in the previous season, Manchester City have defeated Aston Villa 3-1. That was in the Manchester City's home ground. And in the Aston Villa's home ground, that match ended up in a 1-1 draw. And if you compare the goal scorers, you could see that Manchester City, when defeating Aston Villa 4-1, Rodri and Foden were the goal scorers. But Foden is on a very bad run of form, and I don't think that he will start in this particular game. And Rodri is currently injured and he won't be taking part in this particular game also. But for Aston Villa, Duran was the goal scorer. And when Aston Villa defeated Man City 1-0, Bailey was the goal scorer. When City defeated Aston Villa 3-1, Rodri, Gundogan and Mahrez were the goal scorers. And for Villa, Watkins was the goal scorer. And Aston Villa and City ending up in a 1-1 draw in Aston Villa's home ground, Bailey was the goal scorer, and for City, Haaland was the goal scorer. Now when we compare the league season so far, Aston Villa is currently 7th in the table. They have won 7 games, drawn 4, lost 5. They are scoring at a rate of 1.5 goals per match, and they are conceding at a rate of 1.56 goals per match. When it comes to Manchester City, they are currently 5th in the table. They have won 8 games, drawn 3, lost 5. They are scoring at a rate of 1.75 goals per match, and they are conceding at a rate of 1.44 goals per match. That means in 16 games, Aston Villa have scored 24 goals and conceded 25 goals. When it comes to City, City have scored 28 goals in 16 games but conceded 23 goals in that 16 games. Now we are going to check out the team's recent performance and the goal contributors of both Aston Villa and Manchester City. For Aston Villa, in their last 5 matches, Nottingham Forest defeated Aston Villa 2-1. Aston Villa defeated RB Leipzig 3-2. Aston Villa defeated Southampton 1-0. Aston Villa defeated Brentford 3-1. Then Chelsea defeated Aston Villa 3-0. Watkins is the top scorer for Aston Villa with 7 goals, Duran with 6 goals, Rogers with 4 goals, Onana and Barkley with 2 goals, Konsa and Cash with 1 goals. When it comes to assists, Telemans topped the list with 4 assists, Watkins with 3 assists, Rogers, Bailey, Lucas Digne, Ramsey and McGinn each with 2 assists. When it comes to Manchester City, in their last 5 games, Manchester United defeated Manchester City 2-1, Juventus defeated Manchester City 2-0, Crystal Palace and Manchester City end up in a 2-2 draw. Then Manchester City defeated Nottingham Forest 3-0, Liverpool defeated Manchester City 2-0, Man City and Feyenoord end up in a 3-3 draw. Haaland is the top scorer of this English Premier League with 13 goals, then Guardiola with 4 goals, Kovacic with 3 goals, Stones, De Bruyne and Doku with 2 goals each. When it comes to assists, Bernardo Silva topped the list with 4 assists, Nunes with 3 assists, De Bruyne, Doku, Savinho and Lewis each with 2 assists, Grealish and Haaland with 1 assist each. Now we are going to check out who are the key players of both Aston Villa and Manchester City. When it comes to Aston Villa, they are going to play in 4-2-3-1 kind of a formation. And that one attacker will be either Duran or Watkins. And both of them are in a very good goal scoring record or goal scoring form. Watkins have already scored 7 goals and Duran have scored 6 goals in this particular season. Then the key player will be Telemans, who is a top assist provider for Aston Villa in this particular season. He have already provided 4 assists in this particular English Premier League. Now the another crucial player will be Cash or Bailey. If Bailey is out injured, then Cash will be in the starting lineup. Cash have already scored 1 goal in this particular season. Bailey is good against Manchester City in Aston Villa's home ground. So if Bailey starts, then he can be a crucial player where he could score because he have the ability to score against Manchester City. Then Rogers will be another key midfield player for Aston Villa as he have continuously provide goals and assists for Aston Villa. He have 4 goals and 2 assists in his name. Then McGinn is another very good midfielder for Aston Villa who have already provided 2 assists for Aston Villa. Then Konsa and Dine are 2 wing-backs options for Aston Villa, and Konsa have already scored a goal in this particular season and Dine have 2 assists in his name in this season. So these are the key players of Aston Villa. Now we are going to check out who are the key players of Manchester City. Manchester City play in a 3-2-4-1 kind of a formation where Haaland will be the single attacking option for Manchester City and he is currently the top scorer of this English Premier League with 13 goals. Then Guardiola, who is a defender, as you could see that as per their formation he plays as a defender, but he is a player who have scored 4 goals in this particular season and he is second to the Haaland. And when it comes to the midfield options, Nunes or Savino, both are very good midfield options as both can provide assist or even goals. Nunes have already provided 3 assists in this particular season. Then Bernardo Silva or Foden, both are very good options, but in this particular season Foden's form is so bad that Bernardo Silva will be a better choice for you as he have already scored 1 goal and 4 assists in this particular season. Now De Bruyne or Kovacic, I don't think that Kovacic will be a starter in this particular game. Even though Kovacic was very good in the starting of this particular season, he have already scored 3 goals during the season's beginning, but right now his form is not that good. And De Bruyne will be the key player for Manchester City in this particular game. He have 2 goals and 2 assists in his name and he was being injured for most of the season, but once he is back, he is in a good shape and he have provided 4 goal contributions. Now Grealish or Doku, both are very good midfield choice and both are back after injury. Doku after injury have provided 2 goals and 2 assists. At the same time, Grealish could provide only a single assist, so Doku will be a better choice than Grealish, but both are very good midfield choices. So this is the Manchester City's team. Now I'm gonna provide you the must-pick key players from both the teams. So those key players will be never ever try to skip Guardiola. Guardiola is a must-pick option from Manchester City. Then Ruben Dias or Jones. If Jones is back after injury, then you can go with Jones. If not, then you can go with Ruben Dias. And for Aston Villa, Konsa, Dine and Cash, all these 3 are very good defensive choices. Then for the midfield choice, Bernardo Silva or Grealish are very good for Man City. Then Nunes or Gundogan, both are very good option for Man City. Then De Bruyne, never ever try to skip De Bruyne as he can provide points for chances creation and even shot on target. Then Telemans is a very good option for Aston Villa as he can provide points for chances creation as well as for his defensive skills. Then McGinn or Rogers, both are very good options for Aston Villa, but I lean more towards Rogers as he have more goal contribution compared to Rogers. When it comes to attack, Haaland is a key attacker for Manchester City as he is a top scorer for City. He is a must pick. Then Doku or Savigno are very good attacking options for Manchester City, as Doku after the injury looks so sharp, and Savigno maybe he is currently injured and I don't think that he is going to start in this particular game. So I lean more towards Doku over here. Both Duran and Watkins are very good attacking choice for Aston Villa, but either one of them will be starting in this particular game. So based on the starting lineup, you can prefer either Duran or Watkins, but never ever try to skip both from your Dream 11 side. Then the goalkeeper choice, both Martinez and Ederson are very good goalkeeper choice. Now I'm gonna provide you my team predictions. If you are my regular subscriber, you know that I don't put a single team. I put team based on different possible outcomes, and those outcomes are Aston Villa defeating Manchester City 1 goals to 0, then Manchester City defeating Aston Villa 1 goals to 0, then Aston Villa defeating Manchester City 2 goals to 1 or 3 goals to 2, then Aston Villa and Manchester City ending up in a 1-1 or 2-2 draw, then Manchester City defeating Aston Villa 2 goals to 1 or 3 goals to 2 kind of a scoreline. Now, going forward with our first option, where Aston Villa defeating Manchester City 1 goals to 0. I'm gonna include all the starting defensive choice of Aston Villa in my Dream 11 side. Right now, what this is being prepared before the lineup is been announced. So what I'm thinking is that Konsa, Torres, Carlos and Dine will be the defensive choice of Aston Villa. Then I am going to include all 4 in my starting lineup, and I go with Guardiola from Manchester City in this defensive choice as well. So I include 1 defender from Manchester City and all the 4 defenders of Aston Villa. Then my midfield choice will be De Bruyne, Telemans or Rogers, and I will keep Telemans or Rogers, whomever I pick as the vice captain choice for this particular outcome. And I go with either Nunes or Silva in the midfield choice. Then my attackers will be Watkins or Duran, and I keep them as the captain choice as well, along with Haaland from Manchester City. So this will be my team for Aston Villa winning 1 goals to 0. Then goalkeeper, both Martinez and Ederson will be a good choice in this particular scenario. Now I move on to the next scenario, where Manchester City defeating Aston Villa 1 goals to 0. In that particular case, you have to include all the starting lineup defenders of Manchester City in your Dream 11 team. I go with Walker, Jones or Diaz, then Guardiola, then Dine or Konsa from Aston Villa. I lean more towards Dine, but both Dine and Konsa are very good defensive choice for Aston Villa. But I go with Walker, Jones or Diaz as well as Guardiola from City. Then my midfield choice will be De Bruyne, Nunes or Bernardo Silva, then Telemans from Aston Villa, Rogers or McGinn from Aston Villa. I lean more towards Rogers rather than going with McGinn, but McGinn will also be a good choice. Both Telemans, Rogers or McGinn, you can switch between these 3 options. Then my forward will be Watkins or Duran along with Haaland. My captain choice will be Haaland, vice captain choice can be De Bruyne, even De Bruyne can be your captain choice as well. Then Guardiola is another very good captain or even vice captain choice. You can go with Bernardo Silva as the vice captain choice as well in this particular scenario. I'm going with Ederson as the goalkeeper choice in this particular scenario, as Ederson will provide more points. That's what I'm expecting in this particular game. Then Aston Villa defeating Manchester City 2 goals to 1 or 3 goals to 2. In this particular case, I go with only 3 defenders. In that 2 will be from City. I go with Guardiola, then Jones or Diaz from Manchester City. Then I go with either Lucas Digne or Konsa from Aston Villa. Then my midfield choice will be Bernardo Silva, then Nunes, De Bruyne, Telemans, Rogers or McGinn. All these 6 options are very good midfield choice. You can choose either 4 from these 6 options. So based on that, you can switch your team. Then my attacking choice will be Watkins or Duran. Whoever is starting, I go with them. Then Haaland and Bailey. If Bailey is not starting, then you can go with Rogers and McGinn in your side. Or else you can go with both Watkins as well as Duran in this particular scenario. But I go with either Watkins or Duran along with Bailey. Bailey can be your captain or even vice captain choice. Watkins or Duran can be your captain or vice captain choice. Haaland can be your vice captain choice. De Bruyne can be your vice captain choice in this particular scenario. Now I move on to the next scenario where Manchester City defeating Aston Villa 2 goals to 1 or 3 goals to 2. In this particular case, I go with similar kind of a team which I put earlier. My defensive choice will be the same. Guardiola, Jones or Diaz along with Digne or Konsa. Then the midfield choice will also be same. De Bruyne, Nunes or Silva, Telemans, Rogers or McGinn. But I include Doku or Grealish from Manchester City in this particular scenario. And I go with Haaland as well as Watkins or Duran as the attacking choice. So in this particular scenario, I add Doku or Grealish. Rest every player will be similar to my previous team. Now I move on to the next scenario where Aston Villa and Man City ending up in a 1-1 or 2-2 draw. In this particular scenario also I go with the similar team as I provided earlier, where I will provide 3 choices in the attacking option, where I could go with either Doku or Grealish from Manchester City or Bailey from Aston Villa. Rest every player remains the same. I go with Haaland as the single attacking option of City, then Watkins or Duran from Aston Villa. Based on the starting lineup, I prefer them. If Watkins is in the starting lineup, I go with Watkins. If Duran is in the starting lineup, I go with Duran as well. And another attacking option will be either Doku, Grealish or Bailey. I will switch between these 3 players in my Dream11 side. Then my defensive choice will be Guardiola, Jones or Diaz and Lucas Digne or Konsa. That remains the same. Then my midfield choice will be Nunes or Bernardo Silva, Telemans, Rogers or McGinn along with De Bruyne. In this particular case, De Bruyne can be your captain or vice captain choice. Haaland can be your captain choice. Doku, Grealish, Bailey, whoever you pick can be a better vice captain choice. Then Watkins or Duran can be a better vice captain choice. Now I move on to my favorite part where I predict my scoreline, my goal scorers and the assist providers for this particular match and my Dream11 team based on that particular outcome. And this is my prediction, guys. You don't need to go with my prediction. You can prefer your own team based on the key players and all the information that I have provided you. But my prediction for this match is Aston Villa and Manchester City ending up in a 1-1 draw. Duran will be the goal scorer for Aston Villa and the assist will be by Rogers. Then Bernardo Silva will be the goal scorer for Manchester City. This is a risky take or a risky pick from my side. I'm going with Bernardo Silva to be the captain for this particular match. This is my prediction. Too much risky it is. You can go with your own prediction and your own team. But my prediction is 1-1 and my defensive choices are Guardiola, Diaz and Lucas Digne. And my midfield choices are De Bruyne, Nunes, Telemans, Rogers and Bernardo Silva. And I keep Bernardo Silva as the captain. And my attackers' choices are Duran and Haaland. And Duran will be my vice captain choice. This is purely my prediction and I know that it's too much risky predictions, but I go with risky approach in the Dream11 Fantasy League. You can provide your own predictions in the comments down below. It will be so much fun. If you find this video useful, you can please subscribe to my channel and like my channel. If you like this, you can share it with your friends too. Thank you so much for watching.